General tranquility. Are we paying them? This is a simple question, one I have not heard anyone ask. If foreign governments pay for US-imposed tariffs on their goods, doesn't that mean that when foreign governments impose a tariff on our goods, that the federal government of the United States is the one that pays those foreign tariffs? Which leads to the question, could someone show the records for those US federal expenditures? How much has the US paid to other governments for their tariffs? And of course, what amount has the US paid to each country over the past couple of months, years, decades, and centuries, which are all records that the US government has to have somewhere, being that you, Trump, have said we have collected trillions from them. Then we had to send them more than that. If not, then there was no imbalance of trade, and tariffs are not needed. Noted, because since if they pay, we must also pay. Where in your great turkey of a big beautiful bill are these trillions in needed import fee expenditures noted and accounted for? Or are we just taking the trillions they are sending us and sending it back to them? Which seems rather stupid. Which should have been the moment, the last time around, that everyone said, stop. Tariffs are actually imposed on one's own people, causing inflation for them, on them, needlessly. Which is the moment everyone should shout, why impose tariffs in the first place? Or is the US special or something? And yes, I do mean special in all of its special meanings. Or has they pay the tariffs been the dumbest lie you have ever said, repeatedly, to the point of absolute absurdity? So, Trump, can you show the records of the US payments to foreign governments? Can you show where we have budgeted these trillions? Or are you and a majority of the mainstream press idiots? The money has to come from somewhere. Someone is paying on both sides of this import crisis you have created. Since these tariffs have been announced, world trade has been rearranged. Countries looked around at one another and decided that instead of dealing with the oddities, deceit, flip-flopping, and outright craziness of our government under Trump, just simply decided to make free trade deals with one another, cutting out the US for years to come. A third to half of our active export deals are going to die out over the next few years, and it shall be a decade before we can get them back. These trade deals are long-term. It is going to be 5 to 10 years before American products have a chance to compete for them. It is pretty much just like the first go-round with Trump, on world trade and tariffs, where he destroyed long-term farm produce deals with places around the world. The same thing has happened, but unlike the last time, where Biden was able to reassure them that America is actually a reliable trade partner, the Trump tariffs have shown the world that half of American voters are idiots who like voting fellow idiots into office. And these idiots think the world cannot just deal out America from the game. But the world has. There are 100+ countries to deal with besides the US. Most of them have something to trade. Some have as much or more than what the US has for trade, with a lot of it better than what is made here. And each is 100 times more trustworthy than Trump has ever shown himself to be. As a businessman, he cheated businesses and workers out of their money. As president, he has shown himself only to be true to people that already have the majority of it, getting it for them and himself. Trump said that under Biden, the world was laughing at us. Even though in his first UN speech years ago, it was clear that they thought him a joke. At every meeting that Trump had with world leaders, they treat him like a child who walked into a meeting with adults. His latest UN speech has shown every person on the planet why they laugh at him. After a decade of job losses, the BBB came along to destroy the public safety net and give the money to the rich. Now we are shut down about a bill to further destroy, if not outright end, the safety net. Congress, especially those of you Republicans who had enough brain cells to say Trump was an idiot 10 years ago. Do your job, or keep on being idiots or cowards, or is it both? The way things are going, you already have to know that most people in the US hate you for following Trump. Keep this up, and you shall be voted out of office. Then you shall be facing questions from everyone, forever, including future sessions of Congress. Congress, you are already destined to be in the history books as fools. The only question is whether you shall be recorded as flat-out fools who followed the orange idiot off a cliff, or as leaders that saw that this idiot had gone beyond the will of the people and decided to end the rule of the would-be orange dictator, going down in history as individuals who redeemed themselves before the eyes of man. And given the nature of this man, God, so shall you all become jokes in the history books, or noted as individuals who overcame their past perceptions, becoming one with the will of the people. This redemption shall put those who continue following the will of the people close to those who signed a document that began with, "We the people." Then there is the cabinet. We all know that collectively, none of you has the experience, knowledge, or common sense to be doing anything in the government. Look at the experienced members of the judiciary and military. They have marked you as idiots, doing so daily for the world to see. All of them know that you are there because you have shown your dying loyalty to the orange one. Yes, I mean dying, not undying. Because you have marked yourselves as toadies to the rule of the would-be orange dictator, which leaves you, ladies and gentlemen, with only one chance of redemption. That is the use of the 25th Amendment. For like the Republicans in Congress, you are already destined to be in the history books as toadies to the orange one. But like Congress, you can redeem yourselves. Remember that the orange one is half a cheeseburger from a heart attack. And you do not have what Trump has. None of you has the charisma, nor the devil's talisman that has kept him out of prison. You either use the 25th Amendment or follow him as the hellish wrath of the people descends upon him for the tariffs, the end of the entirety of the social safety net because of the BBB, the end of fresh US vegetables in our stores because there are no cheap farm workers because of his hatred of immigrants and his illegal ICE actions, etc. If you cannot see a reason yet, after going over tariffs and the big beautiful bill, let us look at something else he has been doing. More so lately, something that proves his brain has deteriorated to a point where he cannot do 8th grade math. Though it is possible he never knew how to in the first place, which would explain a lot of things. Trump keeps saying unbelievable numbers. Yes, unbelievable. As you all know, I hope. When you lower the price by 100%, that means they are giving it to you for free. And if someone lowers the price of something by 1,000%, that means that instead of paying, say, $197.56 to buy something, that when you go to the counter with it, they give you $1,975.60 to take the item from them. He has done this over 100% thing many, many times. This is proof alone that he is no longer competent, if he ever was in the first place. Which means, with all of the other insanity that hovers over him like a witch's wrath, if not God's, that he should not be in office, and do not think you shall be redeemed in death and the rewards of heaven for supporting him. If you believe that, pick up a red-letter version of the Bible and read only, repeat, only the actual reported words of Jesus, and see just how woke they are. Thank you for the read. If you liked this, subscribe. If you loved this, donate. See description box.